Hi, my name's Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about how your crystals actually merge with your energy. They actually become a part of you. A quick example is for people who have worn gemstones and they've taken them off the charge, they still feel like their crystal's actually on. What is this actually? Because not many people even talk about this online. People are like, well, it just means you're so attached to the crystal's energy, which I don't really resonate with that because they're not attachments. They're literally tools. But let's just say, let's get into this example right away. You take a sword, for example. You're the master swordsman and you're ducking and you're dodging. And it helps you just be very efficient with different techniques. So even if you're not, when you put down the sword, it's like you still have those techniques even though the sword's not with you, which is an excellent example. So you're able to dodge and you're able to maneuver and you're like, okay, cool. It still feels like I have the sword in the hand, even though the sword's not in your hand. And it's two separate examples because one's more for, they're both for battle. One's for physical battle, one's for spiritual battle. But that's an excellent way to describe it, is that when you have a sword, you're very good with it and you have dexterity. You're very agile with the sword and you're like, okay, cool. Versus when you have the gemstone, it's like you're very agile spiritually. Not many people know it, but certain crystals, when you wear them, they help your agility, they help your abilities to perceive things around you, and it helps change your perception of your surroundings. How cool is that? Let's get into some other examples, because what does it mean? Is it like, oh, it's an attachment? No, they're tools. I'm going to give you another example, because some people are like, tools are demonic, and I'm not. There's certain things like, I just won't even acknowledge certain things anymore, because I had someone in my live last night on TikTok that said, and this is why I'm very glad I made the entire video about why you guys should not be listening to certain Christians who pretend to be Christians, because these people are not actually Christians. They're just the enemies sent in disguise, and even to comprehend it, even to just wrap your mind around it, that'll confuse you. So someone in live said, amen or amen is actually demonic. You know, I'm not going to acknowledge certain things anymore like that, but onto this example, because people are like, well, tools. I use that example fully because some people are like, well, I don't want to use tools. People say tools are not good to use. Your toothbrush is a tool, and I hope you use that tool. I really, really, really hope you're using that tool. If you're not using a toothbrush, you should switch this video to a side of YouTube that is all about dental hygiene, because you can't not be using your toothbrush. Now, one thing you guys can do is actually just picture your crystals as a toothbrush, but more so for your energy. Now, disclaimer, this is not a physical video. This is spiritual information, and I'm teaching you guys about spirituality. So the concept behind, and guys, you don't even think about this. What happens when you don't brush your teeth? What happens? You just feel icky. Same thing energy-wise. So you have a crystal such as black tourmaline as a necklace from FloridaStoneman.com that constantly brushes your energy and brushes things that are not even supposed to be around you. Just fully just gets rid of it, and you feel refreshed, you feel revitalized, and you feel free because you don't really have to deal with that energy. It's not your energy. You're not dealing with that energy anymore because it's not around you anymore. So what happens? You can just, I would like you guys to think of this. Just put these two examples combined, because it really helps you understand it and grasp it in your mind. Now, when it comes to you guys understanding how these crystals work in a sense, in a function that's just like brushing your teeth. When you brush your teeth, you feel clean. It gets rid of things that are not supposed to be there for you for extended periods of time or at all. For example, let's just say you ate sugar and you brush your teeth. Now your teeth are not going to rot. So same thing with you're around someone whose energy wasn't right, and now their energy stayed with you, or it even got in your aura when it wasn't supposed to be in your aura. So the black tourmaline prevented that from getting in, and even if a slight bit of their energy got in, it was absorbed into the gemstone, and you feel wonderful and fantastic. And it's because it's like it's cleaning your aura, because it actually is cleaning your aura. So think of these crystals as a tool. We're not talking about idols at all. We're talking about tools. No one's idolizing a crystal. We are not cave people, okay? We're not, what's it called? Fairy people. So fairy people, fae, will see a mushroom, just dance around the mushroom, etc. Because they're fae, okay? They're very simple-minded. They're basically like cockroaches. So they're humanoid cockroaches. I'll actually make a video about that coming up. But the one thing that you have to understand is that these are tools, and when you're good with using your tool, and it's good at uplifting you, and it's good at blessing you through the Most High God, because God, even in Exodus, he said to Moses to get his brother Aaron a vest of gemstones, 12 sacred gemstones, and they're tools. No one's idolizing tools. So what does it mean? Because you better believe that helped the congregations. It helped them in their sanctuaries assembling when you go, especially when you go onto Leviticus and in Numbers. That actually helped the people, the Levites. It helped them with their religious ceremony because it's a tool. It's an energy cleaner. Crystals are of the heavens. We see that in Revelations. So you have to understand these are actual tools. So for some people who feel like, who understand that you're actually a part of your gemstone now, and guess what? You don't really feel, and yeah, I'm checking my surroundings, because, yeah, I'm checking my surroundings. So you don't really, some people don't resonate with, I don't want to be dependent on tools. It's not about being dependent, it's about keeping your energy clean. Are you dependent on clothes? Well, not 100%, but they actually do. I mean, some places you have to be dependent on clothes. That's not a good example. But let's just say, don't feel guilty that you've become one with them, because they're actually putting up with situations that you don't have to. And then some people come around to the argument of, oh, I could just use my energy. I could just use my energy to overcome all obstacles, and I don't have to worry. Like, you shouldn't have to wear, you shouldn't have to wear crystals to I'm trying to come up with an impression. You shouldn't have to wear crystals to master your energy. Okay, master your energy on your own then, because if your energy was actually mastered, you wouldn't be saying that. Because we have so much energy throughout the day to do certain things. We can't do everything because we are not infinite. Only God is infinite, and his love for us is infinite. We have a certain amount of energy and a certain amount of time in every single day. So if you have 24 hours in your day, a good portion of that day is going to sleep, a good portion of that day is going to eating, a good portion of that day is going to resting, a good portion of that day, maybe you like to do certain activities, maybe you're someone who works, maybe you're someone who does this. So you're using constantly using your energy all day, and maybe, let's just say you have 100 energy points, but by the end of the day, you have 30 left, and that's something that you would like to actually use to construct let me put it like this. That's something you can actually use to construct your energy to being very revitalized towards something you want to grow. So for example, let's just say you're mastering your energies of financial abundance. And I'm using these examples very carefully. So let's just say you're using your energy to attract financial abundance, but you would need more energy than you already have because you've already done so much throughout your day. So now you're not able to attract that much. You're not able to put off a frequency that you need to get there, simply because you're not there, because your energy's not there. And everything is energy. So you're literally paying with your energy. So the gemstones you wear help you pay energetically for something that's coming a whole lot easier. For example, let's just say, for you to manifest financial abundance, and I'm going to get very practical right now. For you to manifest financial abundance for 365 days, you would have to do a meditation. You would have to focus your mind, and your mind can't be busy. It can't be busy. You want to use your energy, right? And I'm not talking about the people in this video. So you want to use your energy right? So basically, you would use your energy perfectly and concentrated for 365 days to achieve that blessing. Now, what if your energy wasn't right? Didn't you just say, we could use our own energy? But a lot of people don't have the focus, especially because their mind is in several places. So these are tools they're concentrated tools. Now, you don't need a lighter to start a fire or to spark something. you can use a magnifying glass, you can use a flint box, but we're not doing that for the sake of time, because we only have so many years on this planet before we get to the afterlife. And if you want to use all your energy to handle a situation, you definitely can, but you're gonna end up exhausted, okay? You're gonna end up flat out exhausted. So you don't have to do that. Make your life easy. So instead of for 365 days, what about a week? Citrine will attract that blessing to you within a week. But some people are so prideful and stuck up to the point where like, oh, I can do anything with my energy. Okay, then why haven't you? Yep. Real questions for real people. So I'm not talking about you guys in the video, but there are some people, and some people will be like, oh, that's a good argument. Why don't I use my own energy? Because that person doesn't have the energy. And even if they did have the energy, they wouldn't be focused enough to use the energy. Clear quartz is the #1 master crystal. I'll give you an example. It's the master crystal for actually doing anything. You can make clear quartz into moldavite energetically, but it takes about a year of time to be able to concentrate the clear quartz energy into being a moldavite. Not many people can do it. It's possible, but you might as well just have moldavite be gifted to you, because you're going to waste your time, and one day, if you're not focused, it'll mess it up. So we use tools. You can brush your teeth with your fingers and your fingernails, but why would you do that? Because you're trying to prove a point. So don't feel bad if your crystal is a tool for you. So when people feel it on their wrist, it's like, oh, I don't feel energy anymore. Well, actually, it takes a couple days for you to untrain yourself of that energy. So let's just say citrine, for example. And this is actually a really good question. People will wonder. And people actually will, this is a giant misconception I have to clear up right now. People will wear citrine, and they'll wear it for a week, and then you take the citrine off for like 3 days. And after 3 days, they're just like, they put the citrine back on and they can feel the energy again. And they're like, maybe it's stronger if I take a break. Some people do figure that, but that's actually not the case at all. It's stronger because you've missed its energy for 3 days, and now you're feeling its energy again, and that's why you feel a reaction after taking a break from a crystal. That's exactly it. Now, what happens? Because people, it took me a couple of years of experience to figure that one out, because I had to test that one down to a T. So I'm gonna give you an example. You'll wear rose for about a week or two, and you think you don't smell rose anymore when everyone else smells it just as hard as you smelled it when you first put it on. I'm just using rose as an example. You can use any essence that are, maybe lavender for healing. Or rose is good for healing. Rose is actually one of the best and luckiest herbs ever. And if you don't smell it for a week, it's not that you don't, it's not that it's not potent. It's not that that rose is very, or that patchouli or mint or whatever. It's not that you can't smell it. It's that you've become a part of its energy. And that's essentially as to why you put on a crystal, and when you take it off, you feel like that crystal's still on because you're a part of that energy. And if you take a break from that crystal's energy, then you're not going to have its energy. So let's just say black tourmaline was protecting you, and people will sometimes take off black tourmaline for like a couple of days, and they'll put it back on, and they're just like, oh, this is a giant reaction, oh, this must be stronger. No, it's not stronger. It's just because that energy of protection has been so absent that something has attached itself to you, and you're actually feeling it remove an attachment again, which you shouldn't be doing. If you have no other option to do it, then okay. But try to wear it as a necklace, a jewelry around your neck is the strongest way to wear tourmaline or any other gemstone crystal, especially blue crystals around the throat, or as much as you can around your throat. That's the best way to wear blue crystals, aka throat chakra crystals or crown crystals. So this is some extremely powerful information, extremely helpful information to clear up any kind of misconceptions. Because some people will think crystals, oh, they're tools, you don't want to be relying on a tool. What else is a tool around you? Try to eat your food without forks, knives, or try to cook your meals, or have a meal cooked without a fire. God put tools on this planet for us to use through him to be able to accomplish certain things and to do deeds. What an interesting topic. So that'll help some of you guys. These are just tools. They're not idols. And when you get used to them, it's not an attachment. Some people are like, oh, you're attached to them. No, these are ladders, not, they're not crutches, they're ladders. So on the contrary, if you're treating your crystal like a crutch, so let's just say you have all these problems, but you refuse to work on yourself. And I keep looking over because I see a beam of light just, you know, that's one thing that Atacamite opens to, is you'll just see random beams of light. That's your angels for the people who got Atacamite for me. Yes, there's that white thing right there, but I see just... Okay. Maybe you guys see it too. Actually, there will probably be people, and angels can surprise you guys if they just want to, and that's how angels work too, which I'll talk about that in future videos. If angels want to surprise you by beaming light, they actually think it's pretty cool to show you guys. They do more than that. But back to the topic of this video, because ask that in the comment section if you would like to see a future video on that. Is things your angels will show you, behaviors angels will basically present around you after your third eye is open, because sometimes they'll just do stuff to surprise you. You'll see your angel just sitting on the ceiling, or just sitting upside down on the ceiling, and you'll just be like, why? And they'll just be like, to surprise you, just to show you, just to show you that I love you. Like, angels are really cool. They can't, I mean, some of what they do is just a surprise, so I'll leave that as a surprise. But if you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Keep in mind, these are tools. They're not attachments. They're, just think of what else do you use in this world as a tool, and it'll help you understand as to why you get used to certain crystals, and how it's a good thing for you to get used to certain crystals' energy. Because on the contrary, if you have a crystal's energy that you just can't get used to, it means you have not worked past its blockage. Certain people will encounter that, and that is one reason why crystals do not work for people of darkness, is because they are actually fighting the crystal's energy, and the crystal's getting equaled out trying to help that person. Because like I said, they're latchers, not crutches. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Check out FloridaStoneman.com. I've revamped my website, and the website's absolutely gorgeous. Let me show you one thing before I get off of here, because I have some beautiful necklaces coming on the website. I've actually assembled my first official blue kyanite and amethyst necklace. It's tiny kyanite, but it's still good kyanite, and this is not a necklace, it's an actual chain. So I'll have an option for you guys to put a pendant on this, especially for the people who want to send it in. Look at the quality of that kyanite. The kyanite will get your energy right. It'll help you feel nourished, and it balances all chakras. So check out FloridaStoneman.com. Until then, I will see you guys next time. Ciao.